Hello, welcome back. We have tracked those double crossers to their lair outside of Solitude. A little grotto off the path as read in the note we stole off that thieving Argonian. I'm going to try to sneak up. Don't know how many marauders there are lurking around. There were plenty at the site, and we took care of quite a few of them there. So I wonder how many will be left to guard the operation. I wonder how big the operation is, too. Considering they have a hideout. There's quite a few ships here. A campfire. At least 6 or 7 men, probably. Let's go see what's inside. Now, what did we hear? This cave is massive.
What was it like back when we could still make runs out to the coast? Huh? Over here!
Oh no, they've spotted us. Come back here. Don't go alerting your friends to our arrival. Oof. He has a bow. This may be useful. Some arrows. Normally we are more of the blade type, but we seem to be outgunned here. And therefore, we need to do what we must. First, though, let's see if we can catch this guard. Slowly creep over there. He's gonna see us. Which one do we need to rush him? Ah. Ugh. You have to be careful. We never know when one of them is going to call their friends. And then we'll be in real trouble. Let's keep our sword drawn as we walk around. You shouldn't be relaxing. They're fire pots. Ah, there's another. Oof. Down. Now. Let's do while we can while we're here, but let's be quick. We don't want some other friends to come by and see us. A magical card. Maybe we'll have to find somebody who knows something about such a thing. Normally, we are more the sword type. Much prefer to hack and slash than the bow, but we did not expect so many of them. We didn't realize what we were getting into. Let's see if we can sneak up on this guard.
What was that? Time to end this.
Gotta finish him off before his friends notice his screams. No, nobody's here. Look at them. There's tons of them. Just start picking them off. We need to back off. Can't let them know our position quite yet. There's still too many of them. Ah, we've been found.
Weren't expecting that, were you? You're dead.
Need to put our bow away and run.
Disgrace to your own kind.
Ah! We may have made a mistake. Quick, bring up the drawbridge. Haha, we seem to have broken the lever on the other side. Appear to all be stuck. Good. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is kind of hilarious. This is some bad pathing, but considering I've died like 3 times trying to make this all cinematic and nice. We're gonna go with a little bit of the cheese. I'll be completely honest with you. They say bandits never were the brightest. Well, he seems to have found his way around. I think maybe. Drink some more of our potions. Seem to have killed their captain. You know who I don't see though with these men? I don't see that thieving lizard. Much mean he's still up in the thing. Let's go pay him a visit. Maybe we can melt down some of these weapons.
First you murder my sister, then you massacre my men.
Yeah, it's all over.
With your loot. This ends now.
Maybe next time you won't screw people over. But there will be a next time. Die, lizard. For 2. Now, Give me my loot. Quite the fight. Some armor. Journal. Interesting. The journal mentions a stash. Maybe we can find that before our way out. Some good loot. Take this shield with us. Some wine. Now quickly, let's see if we can find his aforementioned treasure. He said it was hidden in the sunken ship. That looks like the sunken ship to me. Ugh, I hate the cold. Ugh. Is it under? Ah, there it is. Haha. Ooh, a rare and expensive staff he was holding out on his men. Well, that's our revenge taken care of. And also a bounty done for the Jarl. We can go back and recover our bounty. I'm going to loot up the cavern, and I will see you back at the entrance. Brr. Out in the cold. Our goal is complete, though. We've gotten revenge for our screwing us over in the deal. Now, we're going to make our way back to Solitude with the spoils. This encounter has made us realize, though, we can't rely on just blade and flesh. We need to get involved with some more mystical and magical arts. And considering how well their deception almost went for us, possibly maybe some magic of the mind. Yes, that sounds good. We can take these spoils and maybe invest in some basic magic training. We have very little experience and or knowledge of magical arts, but thrust into this world with those who wish to take advantage of you. You need to keep yourself armed. Maybe also some potions. Those potions that we did have, that we took from the Thalmor from our escape, came in quite the handy over that man who appeared to be a much more experienced fighter than us. Well, I can tell you he was a much more experienced fighter because he killed me 3 times, but back to in character. So, maybe some alchemy training as well. Or maybe poisons. Also, we want to know what's up about this museum we've heard of. Maybe the individuals there will know something about us. Or maybe perhaps it's best not to get involved. Ah, but treasure. Treasure and loot. One always needs gold to have a good foothold. Septums are our king in this world. Considering our imprisonment by the hand of the Thalmor, maybe it is best that we meet with another faction, you know, get people on our side just in case. Not that they might be able to do anything, but who knows. Let's go collect a reward from the Jarl. What is this? Ah, this is the gallery. That must be where the individual was looking for treasure hunters. Well, maybe we go back and visit there after we...
If you need potions, head over to Angeline's aromatics.
After we visit the Jarl and receive our reward for killing off that bandit. Jarl, I have... Oh. Well, there seems to be something going on. Forgive me.
I swear to you, unnatural
Just wait
magics
back
are
here.
coming from that cave. There's strange noises and lights. We need someone to investigate.
Then we will
Strange
immediately send out a legion
noises
to
and
scout
lights,
the
it
cave
sounds
and
like the
secure
good stuff.
town. Hafingar's people will always be safe under my rule.
Your Eminence, my scrying has suggested nothing in the area.
Scrying. She must be a
Dragonbridge is under
mage.
Imperial control. This is likely superstitious nonsense.
Yes, we were there. We didn't see anything.
Tempered reaction might be called for.
Oh, yes, of course, you were right. Falk, tell Captain Aldous I said to assign a few extra soldiers to Dragonbridge.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. But about the cave?
I will have someone take care of the cave as well, Varnius. You can rest easy. You're dismissed.
Interesting. Something about a cave. Hello, are you?
Do you have business with the court?
Yes.
Excellent. You've done us a great service.
Oof,
Thane
some money.
Briley,
Here's your
what do you
reward.
have to report about the state of Hafingar's defenses?
The news is
You're the court mage.
I have so very many ways to deal with people. Very few of them pleasant.
Oh wow.
So, you wish to master the arcana?
Yes, we wish for you to give us some basic magic training. Can you help? Ah, she does appear to have quite a few spells. Oh my. Now we seem to be interested in the magic of the mind more than that necessarily of more combat focused. So let's pick up. That should make us better at sneaking. And then I think a spell to calm those who would do us harm. And maybe a spell to make them attack their allies. Meanwhile, is there any of this stuff that you are interested in? She'll buy some jewelry. Oh, she'll buy the expensive staff we got. It's yours. Some scrolls we picked up as loot. Wonderful, wonderful. Keep those gems.
Take care of
Thank you
yourself
very
and
much for
always
your
remember,
training,
the world
mage.
is ripe with people looking to spill your blood.
You're right. It is. It's a dangerous world out there. That's why we must prepare. Alright. First, this basic spell
Might get nervous when it approaches with a weapon.
should help us disguise our footsteps. The gallery. You mentioned wanting treasure seekers, and you know what? I'm getting a little worried. I've seen more Thalmor around town. I hear their embassies nearby. Maybe a reason to get out of town would be a good thing. Oh yes, hello, we've heard about your flyer.
I'm sorry, can I help you?
Oh
The
yes.
museum is currently closed until further notice.
No, I'm here about the flyer.
Oh yes, my advertisement. I am looking still, but I do hope you are better than the others I have hired as of late. I have a list of items that I would very much like to... If you manage to bring them all back here, we could even discuss some other plans. I have
Other
in mind.
plans. Maybe a bigger partnership. For this man to procure such a building right near the Blue Palace, he must be well connected and well allied. Despite being a high elf himself, he seems to have his own interests in mind. We just have to be careful that he doesn't backstab us, but I'll help you get some relics.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to get my hands on one of the 6th House bell. They have become increasingly rare. One apparently was stolen recently by some bandits, apparently held up in
That says
Broken
always
Hill
bandits,
Hollow.
isn't it? It's always bandits.
Another item was stolen from a local collector by the Silent Moon bandits. The item is known as Denstagmer's Ring.
Oh, more bandits,
It's
great.
likely still in the hideout west of Whiterun, if they haven't fenced it yet, that is. And lastly, a small shipment of Arkaviri relics is on its way across Skyrim, bound for Markarth. Amongst the items were some jade carvings. The caravan, however, was attacked by Forsworn,
How do you know
and it's
this?
likely they may be in possession of some of the relics.
I'll get on that.
Find what you can, and I'll pay you well for it.
Yes. Must be well connected. Maybe he's an ally worth having. We'll make our way to the inn for a night's rest, I think. Sell to the shops in the morning. And the streets are much more eerie at night.
You help me. You help people, right? That's what you do.
No. Don't hurt me. The blacksmith is still banging away. Maybe, perhaps his shop is still open.
True, I may look the part of dashing swordsman, but I prefer the art of wit.
Excuse me,
Seems
sir.
there's no looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
Yes, you are still open. We'll keep that bow as it served us well. Sell one of the daggers. We plundered a whole bunch of armor off these jerks. Have some pelts, but that's all I need from you.
Return anytime you need arms or armor. My forge never rests.
Yes, thank you, friend.
Wanderer like you must have plenty of days.
Now, how about a
But I'm afraid I'm too busy to hear 'em.
room in
Your
the inn?
typical Solitude wench is like the city itself. Stormy exterior.
But first, a rest. That maybe we will look for these relics. Ah, the inn.
You need something.
Seems there's always more. Glad you decided to check us out.
Where's the...
If you need... Welcome to the Winkings. Are you joking? You just rented a room for me.
Oh, I still apparently have the room from last night.
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Always good to collect the bounties whenever we see them. I guess we still have the room for tonight.
I once captained a ship called the Argent Raptor. She struck an iceberg and went down just north of Windhelm.
Excuse me.
Feel free to make requests.
Okay. Are you gonna sit there and watch me as I sleep, you freaking weirdo? A nice long rest, and we'll set off early in the morning. Ah. Not handling the pathing too well over there. My
By
man's
blade
blasted.
or by spell, if you want its help.
So this museum
I wish
curator,
only to graduate and enroll with the Legion. My drums will lead our troops to victory.
this curator wants us to venture out and find some artifacts. You know what he does mention will be well compensated in. We are just a novice in the magical arts. Also, it couldn't hurt to get possibly some property around Skyrim.
My father was all the family I ever had. I felt so lost when he died. But the crew of the Red Wave's my family now.
Yes, that's good. That's good for you. I'm happy for you. Maybe. Oh, the Khajiit caravans are here. See if they have anything interesting for sale. Not really. Oh, they do have... You know what? I will take that from you, friend. Something to keep maybe the wet off us as we adventure. And here, take these 37 bottles of wine. No, you don't want to know where I got them. Yes. Some warm sand would be real nice right now. After the... Aw, man. This game looks... Look, I know the graphics haven't aged super well, but there's something about it. The look, it's picturesque. It's like a painting almost, I believe, is what they said they tried to make the game look like. Like, look at that. Anyway. We're off.
My carriage is... Where do you want to go?
That is a good question. Where do we want to go? I'm thinking... I think Whiterun, good
straight
sir.
Through, or did you want to stop somewhere along the way?
No, I think take me straight to Whiterun, please.
And we'll be off.
Alright, now we prepare for our carriage journey over to Whiterun to look for some relics for the eccentric museum owner. We're off. So here we are. We have arrived in Whiterun. I think first things first, I think we go inside and we get maybe pick up some local information from the tavern. Maybe they'll have some information for us on this artifact and where this camp is. Ah, yes. This is quite the walled city. Even coming from Solitude, it is still rather impressive.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
There seems to be a bit of a...
There's a nip in the air. Cold won't be good for my crops.
No, cold generally isn't good for crops. You're right. Let's see if this tavern has any information for us regarding this camp. Well, we talked to the innkeeper and some other adventurers who are nearby, and they gave us the location of this camp. It's nearby, right outside these walls. Oh, what's this? Property for sale. Sale of a farm. Interesting. That might be something we look into. A farm. Possibly some income. Maybe a safe reprieve in case we're ever chased again. But we're gonna be off to this camp to recollect this ring for the eccentric museum owner.